on specific issues ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ intending migrants ಗೆ as I said earlier ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಗತ್ತಾ ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಊರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೇಲಿಯಾಲಿ ವೆದರ್ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೇಲಿಯಾಲಿ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿನಾ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಏನೋ ದುಡ್ಡು ಉಳಿಯತ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೋಗಿ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ ಅಂತ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸರ್ ದಿನೇಶ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಮ್ ಓವರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಓಕೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ದಿನೇಶ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಯುವರ್ ನೇಮ್ ರೋಷನ್ ಬೈ ಎನಿ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ financial I need to see the financial thing okay see the question here is what if I remember about the case 1 year or 2 years ago she got the PR to Australia okay she was a student there converted subsequently as a PR now the question here is if she is working there in the country as a permanent resident with some gainful job or something that income what she gets will be the criteria for sponsoring you and that child unless otherwise now she is not in employment in that country she is going there together all of you want to go then the issue will be here like this how are you going to support yourself once you go there maybe what I say is 1 week someone has got a job 2 weeks someone has got a job it has happened that even 1.5 2 months 3 months also it has taken or where people do not have the inclination to get a job for them it takes a bit more time also then the government of Australia asks they will always play safe they say that first 2 years is the criteria how are you going to support first 2 years considering the worst case scenario that you don't get a job at all which has never happened which will never happen unless otherwise you don't want to work in the country but the equation is there it needs to be proved on record $930 is the criteria for a family of husband wife and 1 kid per week into 52 weeks into 2 years into 35 or 33 34 so it comes to a mind-boggling figure of around 30 lakhs to 32 33 lakhs the question here is do you have such resources or how are you going to support yourself a property or something like here in India which you intend disposing it off financial issue will be the criteria for you or at least 1 year at least 1 year maybe 15-16 lakhs under such methods arrangements we can definitely help you we can project your case okay as the net worth statement we can prepare and submit your case alternatively what she can do is maybe she can get into the country of course with the baby maybe she can get an employment there she can get an employment for her she can go straight away no issues now baby is too young we can always say that baby wants to accompany the mother we can put the child visa application first child visa application and link up the child visa application to an interim temporary visa until such time the child visa application gets finalized the interim temporary visa can be organized that can be organized in 5 working days to start child and mother goes if you don't have the financial resource to be shown on record this is the criteria she gets into some employment maybe let us assume that she gets about $750 a week or $1,000 a week or $600 a week depending on what she gets we'll work out on the criteria for one more person the spouse then that spouse visa can be linked up to the child visa now that the wife is already there gainfully employed in that country no issues of showing something substantial amounts here in India you can link up that visa child visa into your visa altogether please grant it possible okay the financial issue is coming because it's the rarest of the rare circumstances wherein such a thing happens wherein a person gained PR status in Australia came back here people are there who have entered into the country came back to India that is for assignment they'll be working with MNC companies here they'll be having some contractual terms and other things they can't leave the project in the middle of it or maybe they want to work with the same company back in Australia or something like that they'll be lobbying with the authorities so many issues for those people who are already getting about 1 lakh plus or something like that for them it's fine otherwise question mark okay so that will be the case I have specifically asked you to ask the case officer to tell you to come here for the seminar today so that I can address this issue okay please look into that okay fine and Mr. Dinesh is there at your service now let me relax a bit yes sir tell me sir
keep hearing for Australia a lot of tradesmen fitters and these kind of professions they are more viable here. But IT, maybe is mostly people go to US or Europe or UK. So what is the scene of IT and IT jobs? How do you compare it? Is there really good opportunity for IT software engineers? Not just engineers or programmers, but someone who's
High up. Okay, senior position.
What's happening in Australia in the present IT scenario is like, see, because you cannot expect to get a job at the same level at what you're working here. Say, for example, you're working at a level of something like project manager, you had to get into a job which is 1 or 2 levels below your current level, then you have to look in for that. At the same time, there are not many developmental activities happening in Australia. Most of the things are something like maintenance, and in very few platforms it's happening in ITs. But most of the things are like in maintenance and project implementation, especially in telecom and in IT services and all that. But most of the things as of now, they're outsourcing it in
Developing
countries. And if you have a foreign experience, especially from US and good companies back in India, then definitely you have a better edge. Again, it depends on your particular platform. Suppose if it is outdated back in Australia, and if you are expecting to get the same job in Australia, you may not be. But at that point of time, you have to be a bit flexible, and you have to get acquainted with the latest technology which is currently in demand in Australia. Then probably you have a better chance. But what I would suggest you is, especially for the IT jobs, Sydney stands first, then it comes to Melbourne. So the rest of the cities are all just like that. They are doing these government jobs and defense kind of projects and those sort of jobs. But in those jobs, and later on over a period of time, say for at this point of time, after 2 years you can become a citizen. Once you become a citizen, then you will have the openings even into government departments, because there are lots of
IT jobs in the government
jobs are
department.
happening within the in the
Public sector.
government sectors. So what you could do is, maybe over a period of time, you can get acquainted with the latest technology, and as well as you will also get the local experience. Then you have a better edge. Especially if you are in hardware, it's like a cream, because it is in demand everywhere. Because it's not only the IT companies which do need networking people or hardware engineers, those sort of things. But if you are in hardware, there are bright chances. But in software, of course, there is demand, but not as much as in hardware.
Telecom.
Yeah, telecom is doing really good. Telecom is really doing good.
And one such industry is that premier one, Telstra in
yeah.
Australia. Okay, as I was discussing about that, for IT openings, one is Telstra, other one is Infosys there, Satyam and ANZ. 4 major players are there who are recruiting for IT professionals. Okay, and as he rightly put it, people who have got that who are working in senior level positions in the IT, or experience in US or maybe abroad, or working with some MNC companies here, I don't think it should be much of a concern. Okay, and for that matter, any IT professional who has migrated so far, none of them are jobless. In other words, everyone are gainfully employed. The last of such person who migrated to Australia was one of the systems manager, who had hardly about 4+ years of work experience with Hewlett Packard here. He said, he sent me an email which I think I've displayed there. He said that I've got plenty of job offers within a month. They were asking me 1 rank below. I'm not interested. So this mindset should definitely come down, because if your technology is not up to their standards, they definitely expect you to work 1 rank below or something like that. Okay, and he said that no, I'm not going to take up the job. Eventually about 2.5 months it took for him to get into the position what he was intending. Maybe he was rich enough to survive, or it happened like this, that his wife got into the job straight away, and for some time he was managing. Okay.
On an average, let's say software professional, let's say software engineer is there, what kind of salaries can you expect in Sydney?
In Sydney you can, the minimum would be somewhere around 40,000 per year minus tax. So it will be the average around 30 to 40, yeah, basic one. Yeah, no, before tax. So then it can go up to something like 120, 140, 160 per year. It's not bad.
Senior positions,
Senior
yes.
positions could fetch you more. Yes.
So you was mentioning that you were an IT professional.
Yes, because later on I changed it into, I'm in systems designing now, so I'm a systems engineer now. So I changed my field.
So, and I appreciate if you can give me your contact number later on.
Yeah, later on I will do that, yes.
He has been one very good contact for us in Melbourne, who has been going out of the way to really help our clients who seek his help in their relocation endeavors, and a good contact for you to maybe contact and then,
Thanks.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, please Ken.
I'll take your number.
Yes, please.
okay, fine. ಬೇರೆ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಡಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೇಲಿಯಾ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಕೇಳೋದಿದೆಯಾ? ಅಥವಾ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್, ನಿಮಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾಳೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಅಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಡು ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಚೆಕ್? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್
How about job for mechanical?
Mechanical, don't worry about job. Absolutely, don't worry about mechanical job.
ಪ್ಲೆಂಟಿ?
He said mechanical.
Plenty, yeah.
There are jobs in plenty, but only thing is you got to be, as I was saying for IT, it's also same applies for mechanical as well. You don't expect, if you are working at a manager position here, you don't expect, because for anything they want you to know the Australian system. So for that reason you had to start 1 or 2 grades below that. Then because when only you are talking about the level means it doesn't really vary much between your supervisor or manager and yourself. Because hardly the difference would be something like, if you're an ordinary worker, you would fetch around $30,000 per year, and if you become a supervisor, hardly you would get about $32,000. Hardly the difference will be, but your responsibility will be so high. So that's why most of the people just want to relax. So and majority of them say, oh no, I'm fine with this job. So they don't recommend to go for the supervisor job. And moreover, they do need the Australian experience, and you should know the Australian work culture before you become a supervisor or manager, anything. So you have to start 1 or 2 level below what you are doing currently, so then you have a bright chance. But when you're looking at mechanical jobs, it's better towards Melbourne, and maybe to some extent in Brisbane and in Adelaide and Perth. But when it comes to mechanical job, the more number of industries are situated in manufacturing are happening in Melbourne.
In and around Melbourne.
In and around Melbourne. So you see, Melbourne in the sense, don't get confused with the whole city is Melbourne. No, the whole city is different. Melbourne is just a heart of the city, which measures about 4 by 5 kilometers. And if someone says they are living in some other area, it's not that. It's just like a Majestic. Melbourne is a suburb in Australia. So the rest of the things are just like Jayanagar, Koramangala, like other suburbs. So anyway, I don't expect anyone to stay in Melbourne because it is very expensive. I don't think many would prefer to live in Melbourne. Okay, it's in the outer suburbs, like of course, just like I said, you won't be liking to stay in such a busy place like in MG Road. So you'll be staying in a residential suburbs. That's how it goes.
Okay, the question here is one more for the forum. Job opportunities for this tradesmen, toolmakers, fitters, machinists. How do you think are the prospects? Electronics?
Yeah, they're doing really well, especially nowadays because of the Indians' communication skills and on other issues. Because they're more technically qualified and they're more cooperative and they can communicate better. On those rounds, especially Indians are getting a better edge over others. Like our competitors at the time being Chinese and Vietnamese and Cambodians and all that. But when it comes to communication skills, we stand really ahead of all these people. So on those rounds now, most of the industries are preferring to have Indians. In fact, I heard even through the immigration, even the major companies are preferring to opt for the Indian employees. So on those rounds, even the immigration is encouraging our people. So that's why even they are finalizing the cases so fast. Because during our time, it was taking almost about 15 months.
15 to 18 months, yeah.
almost close to 18 months. Nowadays, with that itself you can
4 or 5 months,
It's
and still our
happening in
clients
4 or
are
5
anxious.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
on those grounds. It's
Okay, what's the
really
modus operandi to get a job? Directly you contact the employer there, or check the newspaper, or go to the employment consultants, or how you go about searching the job there once you are there in the country?
Yeah, one thing would be like, the first thing would be is as soon as you land in Australia, the first thing you get is a mobile phone. You make a point, you buy a mobile phone, because that is your contacting point. If you do not have it, forget about getting a job. Because that if you are applying for a job, then immediately they are going to call you. If you are not there, they are going to call you the next person. If he says yes, then immediately they will take him. So on those grounds, first point is mobile phone. Then the second is you can if you don't have any of your friends or relatives in Australia, it's better you register with Centrelink. Centrelink is the organization which provides assistance for every new immigrant who comes into Australia. They provide you all the assistance, like providing newspapers, internet connection, you can take a photocopy, you can print your resumes, you can do everything. And you can also find the jobs on their particular websites. So, and there are some jobs which are, and when you register with the Centrelink, they will also give you a number, job seeker ID, what they call it as. And you have to, some jobs, especially in trades and most of the trade jobs, they will give, some jobs are restricted only for these newcomers, freshers. So they can apply for that, then you will be chosen on a priority. So once if you are in the job, that's how it goes. Then the second point is, you have to carefully look at the advertisement, and if you say something different, they don't understand. I tell you very honestly, whatever the advertisement says, you have to transform your resume as per that, and you have to post your resume as per that particular job. And you have to keep, if you have sent one application for MMV side, in their case they are going to see all the possibilities. Say like this you will qualify, on other terms you will qualify, you can go as that, or your wife can go as like this. They don't do that. If you are sending it for a mechanical fitter, they will see only for mechanical fitter that particular job. If tomorrow you qualify some other job, they don't care. They don't consider. If you have applied it for again they will consider your application. Otherwise they don't. So that's how it goes. The third point is you have to look through this website. The main being seek.com. So that is the seek.com.au. So almost all the jobs, 98% of the jobs which are in Australia, they will be hosted in that particular website. If you go through that, you have to follow how they have asked you to send the resume, like whether they have asked you to send it by post or fax it or make a phone call. If there is a phone, if you can make them a phone call, there will be a phone number, and then straight away you can call them, and immediately if the jobs are available, immediately they will ask you to come for an interview. Then they will have a small discussion, and they will have a small, of course, for we Indians, really I feel very confident our guys can do very easy with the aptitude test and all that, with simple common sense. You should be able to do that. I don't think it will be a great difficult or things like that. So those don't. And even if you approach any consultant directly, they don't encourage you. They are not MMV side. They are totally different.
The question here is, you contact the job consultant first for the job, or you look for newspaper jobs or Centrelink?
Yes, you have to look for the jobs, because even the consultants will,
newspapers.
Yeah, even the consultants will advertise those available jobs through the papers,
media,
and the websites and all that. So if you apply for that particular job, then they will match your candidature with the requirement of the client. Then if they find it suits, their requirement suits your credentials, then immediately they will...
Anything to be paid for that job placement consultant? Nothing. Zero.
You won't be paying anything for any consultant.
They get paid rather.
Yes, they will get paid. If it is through the Centrelink, Centrelink has some understanding with the agencies, because Centrelink provides them the assistance and they pay them the money. And no point of time you will be paying any money to any organization for anybody. If anybody demands any money, you can
It's
compare it
illegal.
to sentence.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody is supposed to charge any money for anybody.
Okay, is it mandatory that someone should have a tax file number before he can get the job? There is what is called as a tax file number.
Yes, that is.
Okay, whether it is insisted as a prerequisite?
See, it happens in such a, see, when you are applying for the job, they don't insist you. Once you get a job, then when
Disbursing the
joining,
payment.
because they have to make the payment, because there is no black money or there is no money
Cash payment mode.
payment or no such things. So if they are paying you by cash, it is illegal.
Illegal,
They
yeah.
are not supposed to do that. So what happens is tax file number is a very important number which you can
The taxation department gives.
as soon as you enter into Australia, then you have to open your bank account. So you will have your bank details. So within 1 or 2 days you'll get the bank number as well as your account number and everything. So immediately you have to furnish all this information to the tax department. It doesn't mean that you should be earning the money to get the tax file number. It is a basic
Requirement. Okay, like a PAN number, what we have it here, which becomes mandatory, you know, like they deduct your tax at source in Australia and credit. Okay, what normally it takes about 1 or 2 weeks it takes, isn't it? Normally 2 weeks approximately.
Nowadays it is happening bit earlier. Sometimes even you would get it in 5 days.
I see,
You will
okay.
get it in 5 days.
How
You can
about,
apply it online as well. You can apply it online, or if you are staying anywhere close to any of these tax offices, you can go personally. But it is a very, very simple process. It is a very, very simple process. You can just go to that.
They assist you. If you go to the tax department, they assist you how to fill up the forms, maybe guide
They'll
you.
just assist
Okay.
you, and
It's a very simple thing. Okay, but it becomes mandatory, you know, like when you get paid for your employment. Okay, so better to have that as a first step. Maybe open a bank account. Maybe second step to have a mobile phone, and maybe you can apply for the tax file number. And I think how about the requirement of a car to get a job? Car in some cases where you go around.
Yeah.
Car license,
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Do you think it's required in Australia, car at all, or people can manage with public transport at all?
No,
The whole thing.
Again, it depends. See, most if you are looking at the white collar jobs, what I call it as office jobs and all that, most of the jobs will be in the city. And for those jobs, of course, initially many people may not be able to afford a car, but of course you can. It's not that I'm not saying everybody cannot afford a car. Yes, you can. Only thing is, it again depends. If you're staying, you can look at the jobs itself, because some of the jobs will specifically will say you need a car, you need your own vehicle, because what happens, those places will be bit away from the workplace. Because if it is about 6 kilometers away from that, because they expect punctuality. If it is 5 o'clock, you got to be there at 5 o'clock. So they expect the punctuality. If you are depending on public transport, if there is a delay, hardly it happens. So if there is a delay, you got to keep up your time to report to your work. So on those grounds, it is better to have it. Otherwise, if you feel, yeah, we can manage it and the thing, but for a period of time when you're looking at the weather conditions and all of those issues, it is better. And of course, it is very cheap. It's not so expensive like in India. So
You can initially buy a second car or something like that, pre-owned cars, what people call it.
Yes.
Okay, see, when I went to the country, I will put it very honestly, the first car what I bought, I thought, you know, it should be a big one, huge one, like a Wagoner, you know. What we call it as Wagoner, that was a station wagon, we are calling it. Mitsubishi station wagon, it was very big, long. $2,800 or something I paid for it. Okay, second car. And it was good enough, it was pretty good. In fact, I was not getting any trouble at all with that car. You can get even for $2,000, but I would say $2,000 in and around is a car you can manage for some time, maybe over a period of time, 5,000, maybe afterwards you want to have your own new car, then you'll have old car, second hand better, $30,000, $40,000, you got all those things. Okay, license, is it easy to get the license there?
yeah,
Car
because-
license.
Because what happens is Indian license is acceptable in Australia, but only
For
thing
some time.
is, for the initial, if you enter into Australia as a PR, you can drive for first 3 months in Australia without any hindrance in Australia, and later on there will be 2 tests. One is online computer test, and one more is something like it is almost
It's a driving test, practical
it is
driving
almost
test.
like a simulation. It is almost like a simulation. So you have to take that test. So you need not have to go for learner test and all that. The learner online test will be there. So you have to register with different traffic this thing, because each state has its own, because Victoria has something called Vic roads. Similarly, New South Wales has their own traffic transport system kind of thing. So since I know better things, since I have undergone the process in Victoria, so in Vic roads you have to take the learner license by paying something like $28 or $29. Then after 1 or 2 days you can take the a simulation test, and then later, but the only thing is, if Indian license is valid for more than 3 years, if you have a driver license for more than 3 years in India, then absolutely no problem. So straight away you can go for that driver test. It is better you can take a couple of tests with Australian classes, I mean driving schools, or if you know somebody who can teach you the rules and everything. Even those rules are pretty simple. It's not like here everybody goes in every direction. It's not so. It's very, very simple and very safe to drive in Australia. And even every test is there in the internet. You can enter any of these websites and you can know all these questions before going to that test, and easily you can pass.
Okay, one small interruption. Actually, what I advise my clients is, all of you who are intending to migrate to Australia, just before going, please have a proper Indian license like this. Okay, car license toಗೊಂdu hogri, because if you have it, things will become easier for you in the country. Okay, this becomes mandatory for you, that preliminary examination and practical final exam anta heltare. Straight away you can go to that practical exam and you get a proper permanent license. It's very difficult to get a license like this. This is Australian license. Illa andre in between one category irutte, P license anteli, probation. You got very few points on that license. It is because I had this Indian license, I could go get this one by passing one stage of the licensing. Car license, getting it is not like what we have it here. It's difficult. Okay, we might be using our own crude methods here of driving, maybe not really aware about the core technicalities of driving skills. As he rightly put it, okay, car driving schools after you finish that preliminary exam or something like that, to get this sort of license, proper license in Australia. Okay, license is the main identity, alwa? In many cases, driving license, they ask, how can I believe you? Do you have a license? This is what they are asking in Australia. Okay, here it is. Oh, fine. Okay, anta ondu power this license will be having in Australia, unlike maybe of late it has come here in India. License kodi as your identity antare, license jotege pan kodi, innond kodi, adu kodi, idu kodi anta India alli kelbodu. But in Australia, this is one of the main source of identity. Ee tara ondu license sigಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ India alli 10 ವರ್ಷ drive ಮಾಡಿ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ I had that thing in my mind, why I should go to some driving school and spend my hard-earned money, $30-35 per hour ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನು I have to pay to get this 1 hour of driving classes ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿತ್ತು. I didn't want to pay that money, but it took for me nearly 1 year to get this. 10 ವರ್ಷ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೂ I failed in that driving test. 3-4 times they failed me. I was surprised. I said, sir, 10 years I have driven in India. They say that yes, you have driven, but not with proper skills. Here is where. Then I said that enough is enough of this ordeal, and I went through a driving school. There I realized that yes, these are all the mistakes. Hinge the kai should not hing barkodu. Some of the skills, driving skills, na hingella martidvi. Okay, all those idella martidalla. So that's issue. Those issues were there which we are not serious here in India driving, because no one bothers here in India. But however, in Australia they expect, because the driving speeds 60 kilometers alwa city limits alli, some of the main roads are 60 ಇದೆ, and if you go into the outer ನಮ್ಮ ring road ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕಡೆಗೆ it goes up to 100 kilometers speed. 80 kilometers zone ಇದೆ, 100 kilometers zone within the city limits ಅಲ್ಲೇ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 60 on the highway ಹೋಗೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. With all these things they expect you to be a good driver. Okay, without okay proper skills, getting a license is difficult. Public transport ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಸರ್, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ?
Yeah, again public transport depends on the city.
You can manage for some time with it, but not permanently.
Yeah, definitely not permanently.
Okay,
it depends where you have your job.
Yeah,
mainly depends. Otherwise, especially in Melbourne it's economical compared to Sydney, but in other cities public transportation is okay, but not as good as in Melbourne and in Sydney.
Yeah, why you need a license of your own and maybe a car, second-hand car, at least for you, if not immediately, over a period of time. Okay, now you want to buy some groceries. You don't have a train or a bus going there and you can't carry your groceries on your head, bring it in a bus or something like that. Okay, it becomes difficult for you to do all these things. Or maybe night nimge milk beku, beku anta you can't run around. Okay, the shops here, mane pakkadal shop that concept is not there. There are some shopping malls, there are some service stations where sometimes you have to drive in the night. It's hard for you to walk, and the climate is also very cold. Sometimes you find it difficult to walk there. And in Australia, people are so